Hello there everyone, and thank you so much for coming back. Today is a special video. This is a let's build and a let's decorate with me of this beautiful hotel suite. It's going to be a long video, but if you're interested in seeing the build and the decoration, stick around. When I come back, we'll get started. So here I am with an empty hotel suite lot. I like the lot even though it's small. The only thing I don't like is there's nowhere to put the weather machine, and working with a space this small, it can be hard to do if you need to use the whole space, especially if you're building at night and you have to have the weather machine. I have already recorded the video and I'm voicing over it, and you're going to see a lot of cuts because if you've been with me for any length of time, you know that I scroll a lot, so I've cut out most of the scrolling, and also that I typically build room by room. This time, and for videos like this, I'm not building room by room. So I'm actually building the structure first, which is very rare for me. And if you're new here and you don't understand what that means, normally when I build a home, I build an entire room first and decorate it, like completely. And then I add on another room and another room, and the structure is always a surprise. I've just built like that most of the time since I've played Sims Freeplay. But since we're building with such a small lot here, it's going to require a little bit of planning. So as we go along, you can count the squares and you can see what I'm doing, but I am voicing over and you're going to see a lot of editing because of the scrolling, or you would probably be sitting here for about 5 hours if I actually built it in real time with you, if that makes sense. So you can see at the elevator there, I've added on a little entryway, a staircase below it, a small little coat room there, and you'll see what I'm adding there. That is going to be the kitchen, and then the big room in the center is going to be the living room and dining room. So now that I have the shape down, I wanted to make sure that I actually like the shape, and then I added the upstairs. So I was going for possibly a 2-bedroom suite, but I did end up changing my mind because I wanted a little bit of lofting upstairs. I wanted an opening up there. So you can see me adding on the bathroom, and I knew it would need a pretty good sized closet to be a vacation home, and there I added on the room above the great room. You can see me adding on there the mezzanine. And if you at any point in this video get bored with the building or the decorating, you can always skip to the end, and at the end of the video there will be a tour of the structure if you're just interested in looking at it when it's finished. So feel free to go ahead and scroll ahead if you're not interested in the build at all. But I do get a lot of requests, people asking me to do these types of videos. They want to see how I build. I do have a few videos on how I build room by room because that is my normal way, like I said, of building, but this is not. So this way you get to see both ways that I build and sort of what my thought processes are. That's what a lot of people are interested in. I think mainly with the decorating, but this is kind of new for me just to do a video where I have to sit and plan out the structure first. So I was kind of a little ill at ease with that, but I thought, you know what, if it doesn't work out, I don't have to publish the video. I can just have the build at the end. So that was a comfort, but this was actually a pretty fun build. I think I've only built on this lot once or twice. Again, it's so small and I don't really use this lot very often, but I just wanted to build on it. I wanted to build something really pretty with pinks and something that I would actually enjoy visiting if I were on vacation, especially alone, which for me would be a complete dream. So with a video this long, you're probably going to hear me babble a whole lot while I build, but I am going to tell you a little bit about what I was thinking. I definitely wanted to have that balcony there off of the master there on the second floor. So you can see me, I always zoom back out just to make sure everything looks good before I continue building. So here you see me putting in the large patio doors. The reason I wanted to make that 6 spaces wide is because I wanted that big patio door to fit exactly there on the first and second level. So you see the mezzanine there. I actually had to make it a little bit different than what I was planning because I needed a walkway over to the closet, as you can see on the right. But I'm already liking how it's shaping up at this point. and now there it is from the backside where the beach is. So now I'm just realizing I need to go ahead and start putting in the doors. I tried a couple of different things, and on a few pictures I've seen on Facebook and on a couple of YouTube videos maybe, I had seen people play around with some of these white doors and doorways, and they made them look really pretty with doorways in between. So I wanted to try something like that, and you can see me, I think I put in a single one first and realized that it wouldn't be centered that way, so I ended up putting in a double one there in the middle. And I ended up really liking how that looked. I think it looks really pretty. I don't know what it is about that. And of course I turned that one to where the doorknob's opposite. But I wanted the great room to just look straight through to the stairs like that. And I think that looks really pretty, just like that. So it is shaping up here. And I hate that the front is a little bit flat. But, you know, with the top of a building, there's not a whole lot you can do. They're pretty much flat looking up there. So I figured I could break up the monotony by putting lots of glass on the other side there. And instead of putting the big wide windows here, I decided to do the small ones. I don't know why, but on some builds, I just think that if you put the small ones together instead of the double ones, it just looks better. It just depends on the structure. I wanted to leave space for a TV there for the living room. And as I'm going through, I'm already planning out where I'm going to put the furniture. While I'm sticking in the windows and all of that, I'm already planning where I'm going to put the furniture. I did run into one snag with this build when I was furnishing it, which you'll see a little bit later on, but I love how that looks. I was very happy with that. Definitely decided to keep the staircase like that. I think that's very nice looking. So then I'm looking upstairs and I'm thinking about the furniture up there. I wanted to make sure I had an odd number of spaces with that railing because I wanted to put a king bed against it. So that was another thing I was planning out in my head whenever I made the mezzanine. If it hadn't been an odd number, I would have made the space where the walkway is 2 wide instead of 1 space wide. So no matter what, if I put a king size bed in or plan to, I gotta have that odd number because of me with my OCD and symmetry. Sometimes I'll off-center a bed, but I really do like to have the bed centered if I can. So I'm just going around here and putting in some windows. And again, with, you know how I am, I like to have everything kind of match up as well as I can. I do like to have windows line up, at least in some sort of a pattern, if they can't line up straight. But when I redo architect homes, sometimes that is completely impossible because when I do remodels, as you know, I don't change the walls. So I have to work with what is there in the architect homes, and with the rooms the way some of them are, there is absolutely no way that you can line windows up on some of those houses. So when I do those videos, you can probably tell when I'm going around the structure and showing the after. If it's really bad on the outside as far as the windows not being lined up, I kind of skip past that part really quickly. I don't know if you noticed that. I just want to show the really good parts. That's just, I guess, the way everybody is. But so I'm lining up the patio door underneath the big window, and I just want to make sure it's in the center of all of those windows upstairs, and it is, which off-centers it in the room, but that's fine because remember I have to break the room up between the dining room and the living room. And I wanted to put some windows on either side of that to maximize all of the glass that I could in the structure. And I decided to make this little space here. Remember when I was laying out the rooms, I knew I wanted to put a little coat closet there. And then of course I have to put doorways in. Now remember this, people have asked me about this, you have to put the doorway on first if you want to line the doorway up with the stairs, and then the stairs will go on. I've had so many comments and I've tried to explain it, but they still say it won't work. I still think it's just because they're doing it out of order, but you definitely have to put the doorway in and then the stairs. And I love when I do that and it's like a little closed in room with the doorway directly at the bottom or the top of the stairs like that. I love doing that. Just remember you have to have those doorways in and then you can put in the stairs. So you can see me finishing the windows up here. I have plans over there on the right for the kitchen, and of course the space over there on the left is going to be the entryway. And ahead, I'm planning ahead where I'm going to maybe put the counters. Where it's a hotel suite, obviously it doesn't have to have a lot of counter space in the kitchen, And I wanted a lot of glass in there for that ocean view too. And you'll see what I did with that later. I think you'll like how I laid the kitchen out. So far at this point, I was really liking it. I thought it was looking good. And I looked at that space there and I thought, okay, bathroom. There's not one downstairs. Oops. So I'm looking around thinking, maybe I should change things. See, this is exactly why I like to build room by room. You would think it would be opposite if you're building one room and then another, furnishing it each time, that you would forget something. But with me, I forget things if I build like this. And this is exactly what happened. I meant in the beginning to put a bathroom downstairs, like a half bath, completely forgot. So I came up with a solution for that. No, I didn't end up putting a bathroom downstairs, but I thought this is a hotel suite. It really only needs one bathroom. It would probably be better to have the bathroom near the bedroom, because who wants to get out of bed at night and go downstairs to the bathroom? So if there's going to be only one bathroom, second floor is fine. And I did come up with a solution that I'll show you later for the bathroom. That way you don't have to go through the master to get to the bathroom, if that makes sense. But you'll see that in a little bit. So I'm finishing up with the windows here and doors as well. And I wanted to do kind of something similar to what I did downstairs, only without an open doorway there for the master. Now you can see me start to decorate a little bit. I do things in weird orders. Sometimes I do the carpets and flooring first. Sometimes I do the furniture and then the carpets and flooring. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in, really. It really just depends. People ask me that all the time. I don't have an answer. I guess I'm just weird. Most people have an order as to how they do things, but I just really don't. And this is my little solution for the bathroom. So they can come up the stairs and go in the door on the left without going through the master bedroom to go to the bathroom. But then there's also the door that's in there on the right, so that it's still technically an ensuite bath for the master. And here you can still see me adding some more doors where they need to go. That was the closet door there. And I'm just taking a look around to make sure that I have everything where I want it. And continue decorating, putting the TV there, and noticing I needed some lamps. So I picked out the pink lamps that go with the bedroom set. And then I'm looking at the bathroom, choosing some flooring. I hadn't used this one in quite a while, the diamond or the triangle tile, the white marble looking one, and I thought it would look really pretty in here. I started to use that, I guess, hotel tile that we got, the white square tile that almost matches the patio there, but I decided to go for something just a little bit different. And I'm choosing the flooring there for the upstairs. I thought that black carpeting would look beautiful in all of the rooms that had carpeting. So I put it in the closet and the bedroom there, and also in the landing. So I think that looks really pretty. And of course I wanted to carry the same look downstairs, so I put it there. And the tiles in the kitchen, the entry, and that closet downstairs. So just sort of checking things out and making sure they're the way I want them. And here I am looking at wall color, and I decided on using that sort of pale pink instead of the brighter pink. I thought it would be a little bit more of a contrast against the black carpeting. So at first I put it in the bathroom and the closet as well. And then I saw that gray, and I thought, well, maybe I should just put the gray in the bathroom and closet. And that way the central rooms, like the bedroom, could be pink, as well as this living room and dining room could be matching, since they're sort of open to each other. And I think that worked out really well. That way it's not all pink, and the pink that's there really stands out. And then we have the gray walls that go with the silver windows, and then the tile kind of brings it all together. So I'm pleased with the entryway. And then I saw, of course, I have this patio out here. I hate that we can't move the furniture that's already there on both sides. It would be nice if we could build all the way out, but we can't. So then I'm thinking about the wallpaper for this, and I wanted it to be the gray as well, so it matches the floor below. And that's just kind of what I do. I go through, I turn on the lights, and I see what else I might like to have in there. Where there's a lot of windows in this build, there was not a lot of need for wall art, And I'm looking at the closet because here's where my dilemma kind of started. I realized where it's a hotel suite that I really wanted to have like a desk, because most hotel suites have writing desk for their guests. And I knew I didn't want to put the white closet units in that closet, but at the same time, I didn't want to put a desk in there either. And where in the world was I going to put a desk? So I'm thinking about all that, and of course I get distracted along the way, and I find that new bar that we have, which I think I may have used once, and I thought it would go great out there. Then you could put guests out there and have drinks. So I definitely wanted to use that outside, and I was just kind of thinking about maybe what kind of chairs I could put out there. Again, I wish we could move the things that are there, but we can't. So I'm having to shift the weather machine around again out of the way because we have nowhere else to put it on this lot. And in the meantime, I'm thinking about furnishings for downstairs. I did buy this white sectional. I know we have the red and the black from the Socialite event, but when that came available on the online store, the white sectional and love seat, I got that because I really wanted that in white. When we first got the other colors, I thought, oh, I hope we get a white one. So when I saw that a few days ago, I definitely had to purchase that package. There are a few other packages on there that I either have a couple of the items, so it's not really worth the money for me, or I'm just not interested in them. But you can see me looking around here. I wasn't quite happy with that table and chair set. I don't know why. I just wasn't. I mean, I guess it looked okay, but you'll see me change that here in just a second. But as far as the online packages go, I did also buy the chicken coop. So you see I removed the table there. I wanted to use this new set, the black and silver, and then I wanted to choose some chairs. I didn't want to go with the teal that goes with it because, of course, the theme in the room is pink and black. So I chose these chairs here. We got those not too long ago. I believe I got them on an online pack. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's where I got them. And I think they go well enough. The bottoms where the legs are a little bit off from the table, but it's close enough for me. And I did go ahead and settle on that dining room set. So then I was looking for a light fixture, and I decided to use this one. It's sort of big, but it's a hotel suite. It doesn't have to be a practical home, and I wanted something a little bit fancy there, so that's what I chose. So that is the look of the living area so far. And then you'll see me go back into build mode and, of course, look for different things. I wanted a coffee table. I had that one in mind already, so I went looking for that. Again, I cut out a lot of the scrolling for this build. Then I focused on this little closet here. I knew I wanted to put the lighter colored one with the safe for the hotel. And so I stuck that in there for a little closet. And that's what it looks like so far. So going back to this room, I'm just kind of looking around to see if maybe I needed to put some artwork or anything like that. But again, I'm looking for also a spot to put a desk. I can't believe I didn't plan ahead. You can see there's a chair up there in that closet because I had actually tried to put a desk in there anyway just to see how it would fit. The problem is you can't place anything anywhere close to that elevator, not even over from it. It's very particular. So at first I tried this silver and black table and silver chair, and I thought I could make that look like a desk and maybe put some magazines on it or something like that. But it just, to me, I don't know. I was really considering it, but it just still didn't quite look right to me. So I end up taking that out, but you can see me here trying to make that work. I put a silver lamp in there and a coat rack over in the corner, but no matter what I did, I just could not make that look right. But I let it go for a few minutes and focused on what else I could do. I turned the lamp on and just kind of tried to deal with it, trying to think of what in the world I could use for a desk. But in the meantime, I decided to find some chairs for this area here, and I happened to think of those white bar stools that have the wooden legs. I know that they're not rose gold like the bottom of the bar, but I thought they would go well enough, and sure enough they do. I think they go just fine. It's just a little off from that bottom piece of that bar there. But I went ahead and decided to place more of those around that bar outside and turn it around this way so that I can place the chairs here. And I thought it looked better turned that way. It looked a lot less crowded that way to me. So I'm just putting the chairs there. And there they go. So to me that looks pretty nice, not over cluttered or anything, and I take a zoom out here and just see how it looks from the outside. I think it looks very nice. And I like how the windows look pretty symmetrical there. And I honestly thought about making the structure a different color, but I left it the way I had it in the first place. Sometimes your first instincts are the best. So you can see me here focusing on the kitchen. I wanted to put a window here. The elevator's over there on the other side, so I wanted a kitchen window there that looks out into the ocean. And I'm still contemplating about a desk at this point, but I decided to go ahead and go forward with the kitchen. And you can see me putting the stove in here, and where there's a lot of window space in there, there wasn't really a lot of room for, upper cabinets. So I chose to put in a corner one here. And being that it's a hotel kitchen, that's really fine. It's not a family home or anything like that. I went ahead and put the long sink in and the dishwasher, and wanted to take a look and see how it would look. I like the layout of the kitchen for a little hotel kitchen. It just really needs some small countertop appliances. And then I got to thinking about, since I have that huge window there anyway, why not, instead of having a window there, go ahead and put in one of the large doors as well. So I decided to put in a large door instead of a window, and I also became a little bit unhappy with the wall color in there after I put those cabinets in. But you can see me, I'm going ahead and changing that out with the large door and putting in the coffee machine and just some, normal kitchen items. And I did try to cut down on most of the scrolling in this video, but there's the microwave, and there I am putting in a different wall color. I decided this would look a lot better sort of with those countertops than that gray wall, because the way the gray wall was situated with those cabinets, it didn't look right to me at all. So I wanted something that had a little bit more contrast in there. So that's what it looks like so far, and you can see I'm still going by there, kind of doing a drive-by of that area. I'm not happy with that entrance yet. But I decided to go ahead and put the bathroom in. You just kind of saw it poof in there, because the amount of scrolling and situating that I had to do in that bathroom took me longer than the whole first floor. I don't know why, but finally I figured it out, and this is the way I have it situated now. So I spared you all the agony and just poof, had it appear. So I took the chair out where I tried a desk in the closet there, and I'm definitely happy with that bathroom. So you walk in the door, and immediately you have that divider on the left that hides the toilet. So now I'm just decorating the sink. That way the sink isn't blocking anything, any view of the ocean or the water at all. And of course I get distracted and find other things in the decorations tab for the kitchen. So that normally is what happens to me. And then I'll forget what I'm looking for. Do you guys ever do that? You're looking for something to go in a certain spot, but you get distracted because you think, oh, that'll go good in such and such place. And by the time you put it there and come back, you forgot what you were looking for in the first place. That actually happens to me all the time. So that's what the bathroom looks like so far. I really like it a lot. It's nice and clean looking, which is kind of what I was going for with the whole suite. It was just nice and clean looking, not cluttered at all. That's pretty much what you're looking for when you check in somewhere, especially a large unit like this where you're going to be staying a while and moving in some of your own personal effects. So that's what it's looking like so far. We have that huge door, the one that's 6 wide, to walk out from the living room. I definitely needed something on the coffee table, so I was looking around, just seeing what else I could add to the room. Definitely some lighting in there, and I'm kind of ignoring the entryway still. I just didn't know what to do with that area. The elevator really makes me mad. Not only in this unit, but also the penthouses downtown. I don't understand. I understand that the Sims have to get off the elevator, but why is it different than any other door? So, in other words, pretend the elevator door is a regular door. You can place things, 1 or 2 spaces away from regular doors. Now we can put them right up against it. But why does it? I mean, it's like the elevator has to have its own personal space or something. I don't understand that. It's really picky. So you see, I took out the silver and black table, and then I tried this, but it doesn't match at all. If the chair was pink or black, that would work. But it has that orangey, brown colored chair. And to me, that just was not going to cut it either. But I did think about it for a while. Sometimes I'll just put something somewhere and think about it. Almost like if I'm in the store and I might want something, I'll put it in my cart and look at it for a while I'm shopping and then think about it. And if I don't want it, I'll put it back. So here I am rambling on while I'm decorating. I decided that wall did need something, so I chose that black wine rack there for that wall. And I'm searching for a rug here. I definitely didn't want to do black because the carpet's black, so I chose the white chalet rug. That one was just a little bit too big and uneven, so I ended up going with the other one. I thought about putting 2 there side by side, but then I decided just to go with the one that's 3 spaces wide, and I think that works well. So again, I'm just looking around the room and deciding that it needs some wall lighting. Since there's not really any room or need for a lot of wall art, I thought these black sconce lights that I got, oh my goodness, did we get those from the pool house? I don't remember. We've had so much go on with this game in the last year compared to all the other years combined that people ask me all the time, where did you get this? Where did you get that? And for the first time since I've played the game, this whole past year, a lot of times I can't remember where I got something. Now, sometimes I do, it's very obvious, but there are times because I have actually purchased so much with my own cash, and also we've had all of these updates with fantastic decor that I can't remember where I got a lot of things. So I actually have to pin their comment or ask in the Facebook group. So I don't know if that happens to you or not, but it certainly does to me. It also could be that I'm just getting old. I don't know. But you see me here just putting the lighting in. Sometimes I put the lighting in as I go, but definitely when I build room by room, I do the whole room and put the lighting in. But when I do a structure like this, which isn't very often, I usually go in last and put the lighting in. So that is pretty much what it looks like so far, making sure it didn't need any more lights. We have one there in the landing, and I needed to put something on that wall, so I chose that painting there. And then, of course, I'll need to decorate the balcony, as you see. And then I go back down to this, and I decided to take it out. It was just getting on my nerves. I decided to try this one, just a plain bookshelf. So the hotel suite does not have a desk, but it does have a bookshelf. So I would just imagine maybe they would have their laptop and chill out on the couch with it or put it on the coffee table. But at least they do have books that they can read now because the unit did not have a bookshelf. And that works for me. That's fine. If I could have done it over and gone back, I would have designed it a little bit differently and left room, but I honestly just did not think about that fussy elevator, and I thought I would have room there in the entryway for a desk. So just turning on the lights here and seeing what everything looks like. And then I usually go and do a final sweep just to see what is missing, and of course I had forgotten to fully furnish the vanity there and also the closet and that balcony. So instead of doing those white closet units like I mentioned before, I decided to go with those gold colored clothing racks, which makes sense too in a hotel. Usually you have those racks in your little closet as you walk in the door, even in a smaller unit. So I thought they would go very well in there. And now I'm looking at what I'm going to do with the balcony up here. I didn't want to go too symmetrical, so I put a tree in the corner of the door that doesn't open, and then I put that in the center where they can sit and have drinks and look out at the ocean. And some lights out there as well. And then some lights out here on this part, on the patio, that match. And out here on, I guess this would be like maybe a creek or a bay on the other side, I'm not sure. But you could imagine it to be, I guess, whatever you wanted it to be. So now everything is lit up. And I think at this point, all of the finishing touches are put on. Yeah, I think that's actually it right there. Just turning on the rest of the lights here. So there it is. So now we'll just do the part where we do the tour like we've never seen it before, especially for those who have skipped forward and didn't want to watch the build and decorating portion of the video. We'll go ahead and start the tour now. I do like the shape of it. I like the fact that it's not just a box, but yet it's still symmetrical and clean looking. I like the balcony up top there and that bar area below. And you probably noticed that on builds where they have beautiful views like this, I use a lot of windows, and usually very large windows, just to maximize the view. And also then you don't need a lot of wall decor. The architecture just sort of speaks for itself. So you get off the elevator and immediately your guests can come straight out here to the entertaining area, which I really like how that worked out in the floor plan. And as far as the entryway goes, I'm satisfied with it now. I know I fussed around a lot about not getting a desk in there, but I think it's just fine with the bookshelf and the coat rack. And you come straight through here to the staircase area, and then you have the doors that go into the living and dining area there. And also there's just the staircase, and at the end of that is that door that goes into the small closet that has just a place to hang coats and the safe right there, which is perfect for a hotel. Then we have those beautiful doorways there coming into the living room and dining area, where I put that rather large light fixture over the new table and then some of those black chairs. And it has the view of the patio there and the ocean as well. And the living area is over here with white and black and pink. I think that looks very, very pretty. It has the black wine rack on the wall, and everything just sort of flows together in there, lots of contrast. And here's the little kitchen, which I think is perfect for a hotel kitchen. Really all you need, a microwave, fridge, stove, a coffee maker, even a dishwasher, and the trash can there in the corner. And that also walks out onto that bar area. So that is the downstairs. Lots of doors, lots of windows, lots of views. And you come back around to the staircase. And of course that's glassed in as well. And you come up to the landing and you just have that painting and the light fixture there. Very, very simple. And then you come into this lofted, open master bedroom, which of course is the only bedroom in the suite. I carried the pink and black straight up since it is open. And who wouldn't like to wake up and have that kind of view? I think it's just beautiful. And of course the TV there in between the doors. And then you have the large doors on the other side that look out onto the balcony and also into the ocean and beach area. And then you have the windows on that side as well. So sort of a panoramic view, really. And there's the walkway there that leads to the closet, which you'll see in just a second. And there's the balcony, a better look at that. Just a tree and a nice place to have a drink and look at the sea. Very nice. Can't really see the beach from there. You have to go way up to look down at the little umbrellas and lawn chairs. But then you go across here on the walkway and you come into the closet area through this door here, where I've put the matching dresser for the bedroom set, as well as the clothing racks. And next we'll pop around to the bathroom. It is the only bathroom in the unit. Again, so I wanted to have a door from the master bedroom as well as from the top of the staircase. That way guests would not have to walk through the master bedroom to get to the bathroom. And if you watch the build portion, then you know it just kind of poofed in here because for some reason arranging this and getting it right really took me a while, but I'm glad for how it turned out. I like that little bathroom a lot. So that is the upstairs there, and that is the hotel suite. I'm really glad that I did this build. I do get a lot of requests for builds like this, and even though I didn't build it my usual way, room by room, I'm really glad that I did it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. I hope I didn't bore you too much, and thanks for hanging out with me this long. Hey, you guys take care. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.